Sir Wolfhart walks before an assembly of his soldiers, some idle with weary faces, having not slept through the night. Others still shake with the jitters. Their commander calls to them. "Are you afraid? Are you scared? That's fine. I'd be worried if you weren't." Scattered laughter lifts the mood. He continues. "But right now I'm asking you not to be scared for your own hide, but instead to be scared for the lives of your countrymen, your families. They are who we fight for this day. Let us worry about ourselves tomorrow, for today we will be men." The laughter turns into roaring cheers. Onward, brothers. There's a battle to win. Hey, RetconRaider here, and welcome back to episode 64. We're diving right in today as we take on 30 to 40 of House Eisenstein's finest. Fortunately, we're not going it alone. Sir Wolfhart is backing us up. Okay, we're up against 32 enemies, and right off the bat, our front line's being rushed by war dogs. It also looks like Sir Wolfhart's forces are covering both of our flanks. That will make it a lot harder to maneuver, but it'll also keep us a lot safer. Sorry, doggo. Fox cuts down the war dog on our front line, then turns his attention to its masters. I'm actually pleasantly surprised to see that House Eisenstein didn't bring along a lot of crossbowmen. There could still be some hiding off in the fog of war, but if there aren't, then we have an immediate advantage with range superiority. House Eisenstein's forces begin their bold charge across the field of battle. Looks like House Rabenholt's forces are eagerly surging forward to meet them. Mark puts an arrow through the lone crossbowman's arm. Now, things are likely to get very chaotic very quickly here. Though for the moment it looks like we're very fortunate because House Rabenholt and House Eisenstein are pairing off against each other. All the raiders have to do is hold the center line and pick off the stragglers. The second dog dies against our southern flank. I'm not sure why they even brought that poor thing. We've got an enemy banner bearer in sight. He might make a good target. They're actually ignoring us for the most part and going right for the flanks instead. Given the way they're splitting their formation, it might actually give us a straight shot at their pikemen. Our frontliners will hold for the moment. No point in rushing in. Sir Wolfhart is moving up on the north, and we've got a nice little cluster of pikemen there. That's probably what our archers will focus on in round 2. An enemy knight just showed up, Sir Severin. I can't say I'm crazy about the design on his helmet, but we'll see if we can capture it anyway. Reinhard collapses a footman's lung. The rest of our men continue holding. And moving into round 2. We've got more war dogs incoming. One of Eisenstein's soldiers gets decapitated. Another soldier gets beheaded on the southern flank. Rabenholt pikeman just got impaled through the chest. Potato is up. Since we have definite range superiority, we'll start focusing on their pikemen. One of Rabenholt's pikemen takes a crossbow bolt through the kidney. Mark is up. He takes aim at the enemy crossbowman, but his shot is blocked by an unfortunate pikeman's face. Our archers will definitely keep focusing on that cluster of pikemen. Fox cuts down a wounded pikeman with 2 more shots. Bunny is up. She lands a glancing hit on one of the pikemen. The battle rages on around us. There are a lot of flesh wounds being doled out, but nothing serious at the moment. Henry moves up, but his attack is deflected by a Zweihander's deceptively armored hat. Sir Wolfhart wades into battle. Good for him. Our men continue to hold. An Eisenstein soldier gets disemboweled by a billhook, and now he's dead. Sir Severin continues to approach our line. Apparently, he plans on taking our entire company on by himself. We'll continue to hold. There's still no point in rushing in. It's definitely better to let the 2 noble armies wear each other down. We've got an enemy mercenary on the north. That explains where the war dogs came from. An enemy pikeman just got disemboweled. Potato is up. He puts an arrow through an enemy pikeman's side. Mark is up. He flesh wounds another pikeman. Rabenholt just lost a Zweihander. Bunny lands another glancing hit. A Rabenholt billman gets shot through the neck, and another Rabenholt pikeman gets his neck cut open as well. A Rabenholt footman gets his side pierced. Henry clubs a Zweihander again, then quickly falls back. There's more injuries racking up on the southern flank. Enemies are starting to push through on the south. We'll need to be ready for that. Fox pierces a crossbowman's chest, then takes off a pikeman's ear. Sir Severin cuts down a pikeman, then leaps onto elevated terrain. Someone also just took a leg wound. The raiders continue holding steady. Actually, Kazarin readies his dagger and moves to engage. He quickly steps up and pierces a footman's chest. Roderick spots an opening, darting forward. He kills 2 enemy pikemen with a single thrust, then falls back to regroup with the raiders. The rest of our men hold steady. Moving into round 4. One of Rabenholt's billmen takes a crossbow bolt to the chest. A Rabenholt footman just got decapitated. Bunny is up. She sinks 2 arrows into an enemy billman, and the billman dies, impaled on a House Rabenholt banner. Potato kills another pikeman, finally giving us a clear shot at the enemy crossbowman. In theory, anyway, it looks like he's actually just outside of Potato's range. He puts an arrow through a billman's arm instead. House Rabenholt loses another billman, impaled on a javelin. And one of their footmen just suffered some broken fingers. Alright, I think it's time to get the raiders in there. Oswald moves up, readying his greatsword. But his attack is turned aside. Henry moves up, fatally wounding an enemy Zweihander. I would like to start moving up on the north as well, but Sir Severin has the high ground. Igad and Reinhard do have pretty high melee defense scores. We'll take our chances. Igad hit Sir Severin with a light flesh wound. House Rabenholt just lost a Zweihander. House Eisenstein just lost a footman. Dominic moves up, readying his dagger. He promptly puts it through a billman's hand. Sir Severin goes on the defensive. Fox finally cuts down the enemy crossbowman. Oswald takes a moderate hit from an enemy warhammer. Reinhard moves up, squaring off against Sir Severin. Roderick starts heading south, moving to help Dominic with an enemy billman. Kazarin unleashes a flurry of blows. He pierces his opponent's shoulder, then kills him with a final strike. Vlad will move up, but we're not going to have him attack Sir Severin. That's high-end scale armor he's wearing. We want to preserve it if possible. Moving into round 5. We've got a definite advantage at this point. An enemy Zweihander's face gets sliced open by a counterattack. Bunny is up, but at this point we don't really have much in the way of clear shots. I guess we'll just have her start firing into this cluster over here. House Rabenholt lost a footman on the north. House Eisenstein lost their last Zweihander. House Eisenstein's sergeant just got his face sliced open. Our archers start moving up to fire through the ranks. Severin's got high defense and an elevated position. He's also on counterattack defense. It's not worth attacking him right now. Henry lands a glancing blow against an enemy footman. Roderick cuts down an enemy billman, then moves to wrap around their front line. Igot holds off for the moment. Mark scours the battlefield. Then moves up to a better position and begins firing into the enemies on the north. Oswald cleaves open an enemy's face, breaking the man's morale. Then Dominic stabs the man in the leg, kills him with a follow-up strike, and advances over his corpse. Fox picks off a careful shot. He kills the last of the enemy war dogs, but now he's exhausted. Sir Severin kills Wolfhart's banner bearer and lands a second hit on Igot's helmet. Kazarin moves up to plug a hole in our line. He promptly stabs a soldier in the shoulder, breaking his morale, but now he's exhausted as well. Reinhard, wary of facing off against an elevated opponent, smashes Sir Severin off the high ground. Nicely done. Now we should be able to surround Sir Severin and take him out much more easily. Eisenstein just lost another footman on the south. Round 6. A friendly billman just suffered broken fingers and a bruised leg. Bunny scouts the battlefield for potential targets, then sets her sights on the enemy banner bearer. Her arrow flies true, landing a glancing hit against her target. Henry tears into a broken soldier on the south. Vlad takes a shot at a rival mercenary, then readies his shield. Potato scouts the battlefield for targets, then steps up and continues firing through the ranks. Roderick takes a light armor hit. Mark scatters arrows across the enemy sergeant and banner bearer. We just lost another footman on the north, and Sir Wolfhart's armor is almost completely destroyed. Oswald moves to join the fight on the north. But without a clear shot at his opponent, he readies his shield instead. Reinhard smashes a footman out of his way, then moves to surround Sir Severin. Roderick is exhausted, so he goes on the defensive to catch his breath. Vlad just took 2 light armor hits. Kazarin advances past a broken footman, stabbing a mercenary in the shoulder. Moving into round 7. Rabenholt just lost a billman on the north, and Sir Wolfhard is sent crashing into Sir Severin. Our archers continue firing into the enemy formation. The mercenary on the south is killed by a friendly Zweihander. Potato puts an arrow in an enemy footman's face. Vlad readies his dagger, then savagely wounds Sir Severin, puncturing his chest. Mark finishes off the enemy sergeant. And his asthma finally catches up with him. Looks like Eisenstein's soldiers are starting to flee. We've pretty much won the fight at this point. Igott is exhausted. Roderick takes a moment to catch his breath. Near exhaustion, Kazarin carefully cuts down a footman, then moves to engage the final soldier on the south. Oswald moves to engage Sir Severin, but he's too exhausted to make an attack. Dominic cuts down the last soldier on our south, then moves to support us on the north. It's a good thing we're almost at the end of this fight, because a lot of the raiders are really struggling with exhaustion at this point. Moving into round 8. A mercenary flees, as does the enemy banner bearer. That can't be good for their morale. There goes another mercenary. The rest of the raiders continue heading north. Our archers take pot shots at fleeing targets. Sir Severin just shield-walled. He's definitely on the defensive at this point. Not that it helps him. Vlad fatally wounds the knight with 2 more quick thrusts of his dagger. Sir Severin's armor was completely undamaged, but let's see if we can hedge our bets by manually looting it on the battlefield. Or maybe not. For whatever reason, it didn't drop where he died. Oh well, we'll have to take our chances. I got stabs a mercenary in the side. Sir Wolfheart lops off an enemy soldier's ear. Reinhard stabs a mercenary in the shoulder, then grows exhausted. Everyone else is too exhausted to do anything, so moving into round 9. Most of the enemies are still fleeing, so it should be over in just another moment or two. Eisenstein loses yet another footman. Roderick kills the mercenary in his way, then moves up to engage the final enemy. Our archers move around trying to find a clear shot. Agat moves up to engage the final mercenary. Oswald moves up as well. Vlad tears the mercenary's armor to pieces. Oh, and Sir Wolfheart cuts the fight short, stealing the glory of the final kill. That's fine. I guess he really did earn it. Okay, that was pretty much a flawless victory for us. Oswald just hit level 11, congratulations. And MVP is a tie between Roderick and Fox. Good work, guys. Considering the number of corpses on the battlefield, there's not a lot of loot here, but it does look like we got all of Sir Severin's armor. Not bad. Let's grab everything and move on. The battlefield is littered with the dead and those who wish they were. Sir Wolfheart's men go about collecting their wounded and killing any enemies they find. The commander himself claps you on the shoulder, a fleck of blood splattering your cheek. Good work, Sellsword. I wasn't sure if your men would hold their end of the bargain, but you damn well did. Your employer should be very happy to see you, I believe. You find Count Halston von Rabenholt hanging out at a man-made pond. He's scooping up frogs with a gentle hand. The slimy critters squirm and jump away. Victory belongs to us. I'd say that is a job well done, Sellsword. I gave you a huge opportunity and you really jumped on it. You must have visibly cringed, for the nobleman quickly gets to his feet, wiping his hands on his pants. Hell, that wasn't so bad, was it? Well, the guard yonder has your payment. Alright, that wraps up our second big military contract. We'll take some time to rest and recover, and next time we'll see what else House Rabenholt needs us to do. Hey, RetconRaider here. The Raiders made me proud today, as they fought their way through a small army of enemy soldiers, personally killed the enemy commander, and walked away from our latest contract with over 10,000 gold worth of loot. This might have actually been one of our best days in the entire campaign. Of course, we do owe our victory at least in part to Sir Wolfheart and his suicidally brave soldiers. Things would have obviously been a lot harder if they hadn't been covering our flanks. It was also interesting to see how the enemies made a beeline for House Rabenholt soldiers, more or less ignoring our own. This is probably because the enemy AI generally tries to prioritize targets with lower defense scores, and at this point the majority of our frontliners are heavily armored tanks. As far as Sir Severin's forces were concerned, there were much easier targets for them to focus on, and as a result it basically let us cut right through the middle of their formation and kill most of their pikemen very early in the battle. There are at least a few other contracts unique to the Noble Crisis, so next time I'll see if I can find another good one for us to take. I'm hoping we might even get to see our first siege contract, which will let us capture enemy towns in the name of House Rabenholt. Of course, first I need to take care of all this inventory management. I need to sell off all this loot, buy some more supplies, and I need to stop by the tavern and get the men another round of drinks. After what they've been through today, they've certainly earned it. This is RetconRaider, signing off. Thanks for watching. Oh, and remember, although I do love playing Battle Brothers, you can find out more about the game by visiting the official website or the FanRun Wiki. Links are in the description.